So a little more on garage koi pond aquaponics. It is February 19th and it's finally starting to warm up and get to the planting point. So this is what I've done. I'll do a little more on how I constructed the pond in the garage later, but basically it's just concrete center blocks. I forget the measurements off the top of my head. It's something like almost 10 by 10, something like that. But no, 8 by something, I don't know. I think this is a 7-foot door. But basically I had a 7-foot door laying around, and I initially was going to do some raft systems over top of the koi pond and make it look more like a traditional aquaponics setup, more than just a koi pond with aquaponics hooked up to it. But it looks like the fish are actually enjoying things. I have a one pump system that runs everything, which I'll talk about later. But I also have a little flow inside of the koi pond. So I've got a, I believe that's a 550 pump over here, and what she's doing is she's just basically moving water. So, some of my lessons learned, being new to all this, obviously, is that the more fish swim, the more fish poop. The more poop you have in the water, the better plants you're going to grow. The faster they're going to grow, the healthier they're going to be. So two main factors that influence that, and one is how much the fish are swimming. So obviously keep them moving. Koi like to swim in the stream. If you see them, they're all over here. It's kind of dark, but they're in the current, and they're swimming in the current because they like to swim in the current. They also like it dark. So the seedling tray over top helps keep it a little darker. And as soon as I put that on yesterday, they became a lot happier and started swimming even more. But then the other factor is water temperature. So I got various things I'm doing to heat up the water. I think I talked about some of them. I've got the rocket mass heater, which is heating water as mass, but it's also heating the a cob bench. I've also got a kerosene water heater that I cobbled together with a kerosene heater, and I also got the outdoor heater just using black tubing. Together this weekend I really had the most success working all three. I was able to get the water temperature up into, I believe it was 67. The amazing thing that I wanted to talk about was just the amazing ability of water to hold temperature. So I try to run the rocket mass heater every other day, maybe every 3 days. Yesterday, getting the water as warm as I did, I'm sorry, not yesterday, 2 days ago. I came out here today to check the water early in the morning, and of course it was in the teens last night. And the water is 59.4 degrees in the koi pond, which to me is amazing. It means that we've only lost about 7 degrees in 2 days, and so it kind of speaks about the amazing ability of water to hold heat. And if you do this the right way, you can really incorporate some of the current known things about solar technology to keep your koi pond warm, to allow you to have a life, so you're not running your heaters all day, and you can have a life because you're not paying ridiculously high power bills to keep it warm. So, I'm no expert. I'm basically just having fun. I'm experimenting. I do things like I watch Web for Deb. I think that's one YouTube channel I love. I watch a couple of them. I think I'll do a video and I'll talk about some of you geniuses that I learned from. MPH Gardner did some hydroponic stuff. I watch hydroponic stuff as well. There's a guy. You have to excuse me. I'm new to this, so I don't know all the names. But he's always drinking a beer in his greenhouse, and he always makes it look. He makes greenhouse gardening look sexy. I mean, he's just drinking a beer and he's relaxing. He's having fun. But I guess that's the way I kind of am right now. And he's a lot smarter than I am. I'm just having fun. I'm kind of experimenting. I'm trying different things. I'm watching videos. I'm learning. I'm trying to unlearn this monoculture. I can write computer programs to do pretty much anything I want to. But when it comes to taking care of my family and growing food, it's just it's not that easy, which is pretty scary because my grandfather, by the age of 10, knows more than I do about taking care of a family because I'm trapped in this monoculture. I know how to do a job, but you know, if the economy takes a downturn or if something happens with my job, then I gotta rely on other men to take care of my family, and I guess I'm not okay with that. And that's really where this channel came from, and my intent here is to relearn the things that my grandfather knew about farming and planting and taking care of a family, but then incorporating some of the new technology and some of the new growth systems to try to figure out how to do this and have a life too. And still you can keep your day job, but the whole point is, you know, I'm not okay with the idea of other men taking care of my family. So whether you call them government or you call them other men, I'm not okay with that idea. I was raised old-fashioned that a man should take care of his family, and providing income to do it is only a small piece of it. That can be your plan A, but you got to have a plan B, plan C, etc. So anyway, I've gone off in a tangent, and if you know me, that's what I like to do. But just wanted to talk about that here this morning, just the amazing ability of water to hold its temperature. And you know, the liner is on there's a blanket under the liner, but it's still pretty much on a cold garage floor. So it actually is fighting a 50-degree ground or colder all day long, all night long, but it's still holding its temperature. So I think that has a lot to do with the water, but I also I made some adjustments to the rocket mass heater, which it's a mess, but like I said, guys, I'm experimenting and I'm having fun and I'm trying different things. I'll go into the different ways I've been trying to heat the water with the rocket mass heater. I started with heating on the top. Underneath that cob on the top is coiled copper wire. I think it's about 10 feet. That really didn't heat enough, and so then I actually snaked, you have to go around back, but I snaked copper wire down underneath the barrel up around the chimney, and it comes back out and went into the koi pond, and that got a little warmer. And then I finally said, you know, forget it. I looked at the boiling point of copper, and I'm not going to break this thing down, but I said, you know, let me just get a copper wire down in closer to the fire, closer to the burn chamber, not in the fire, but just above it. And I assume that we're not going to get past that 800 degrees. And I haven't, which is good. And if it makes for a little disaster, it does. Water sprays out. If it melts through the copper, it'll put the fire out. But in the meantime, this last little setup is awesome. So I think part of why I'm maintaining heat is because I'm snaking all this copper wire on top of, down around, inside of, around the burn chamber and into the koi pond. And so in doing that, long after I turn off, I stop running the fire, this sucker stays hot. So here we are. I haven't run this in 2 days, and I came in here this morning to clean out the ash, and you know, luckily I put on my gloves, and there were still hot coals down in there 48 hours later. So I don't know how hot this thing is staying, but it's definitely staying warm throughout the night. And so I constantly leave this flow of water onto the koi pond that snakes around down through the rocket mass heater, and it's just, I think it's continuing to add BTUs to the water as even if it's turned off. But either way, just amazing stuff. You know, I'd certainly listen to some of you guys who actually know what you're doing, who've done this before. I keep mentioning also Permies.com. That's where I learned some of the few bits of intelligent things I've tried. But this is my non-scientific approach. Again, I'm just having fun, and it's exciting to me to grow food, and it's exciting to kind of play with the koi and have a koi pond inside and do the aquaponics. But I think what I'm going to do is I've got some updates I'm going to make to the outdoor heater, the solar water heater. But and also you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just really excited about the ability of water to hold heat. And also you can see I'm getting my planting going, so I might actually get another 7-foot board and lay it across maybe in the back section there. and get more of my tomatoes, my kale. Got some cabbage going. Got some bok choy. Got some Swiss chard. So I got a lot of transplanting to do, but I'm actually getting ready for the planting season. So anyway, that's just an update here on the aquaponics system in the garage, unheated garage, and some of what I'm doing. Appreciate you taking the time to watch, and you can try this at home, but if you blow up something or if you kill someone, don't blame me. I am not a professional. Thanks for watching.